There are three main reasons that businesses in the building and construction industry struggle to scale. The first is that there's a culture of hard work gets things done. And you reach a precipice in your scaling journey where the leaders of the business had to step into more leadership roles and less on-the-ground work to be able to scale. The next reason is there's really tight margins in the construction industry. It's what we call a commoditized market. Most people are relying on tenders to win high quality work, and the nature of tender application relies on reducing your cost as much as possible and reducing your margin as much as possible so that you can actually win the work in the first place. And then finally, it's hard to scale because there's such a high level of compliance. If you're looking at it from a safety perspective, there's a lot of high-risk work involved, which means there's a lot of administrative burden and bureaucracy that comes with that compliance. The same with the environmental expectations, the same with the quality expectations, and soon to be information security expectations. So you have your scalable infrastructure, but then you also have all of these other requirements that you need to build into that to make sure that you're complying to all these levels and still being profitable, because those things require a certain amount of investment into growth. The beauty of the Infinite Growth program, as we've built it, is it was stemmed from a compliance point and a pain point for compliance when we were cutting our teeth as auditors. So we saw that construction companies were struggling to scale without these very specific compliance certifications. We saw that the personalities within the industry didn't want to spend a lot of time in administration and bureaucracy, which is fair. And we saw that they were struggling with tight margins. So it was hard to invest in all these areas. So we combined the scalable structure and we adapted the main compliance structures across the industry into that scalable structure. So when we're talking about strategic and tactical planning, we're also talking about things like management review and objective and target setting. And we've mapped it specifically to a scalable framework so that when we go through this process, not only are you getting a scalable structure, but you are also being compliant to all the different levels of governance you have. You're still focusing on working on the business, not in the business. You're still focusing on being profitable and keeping your margins nice and healthy, but you're able to comply to that compliance and regulation point that's so heavy in the construction and building industry.